Being masculine, it's an attitude, really.
Not hold.
Strange features, though, for Americans, you know. They're not used. Everyone thought I have a nose job, for example.
She was told she was too dark to sell, too masculine to model, too aggressive to work with. Imagine hearing your very existence is unmarketable, your skin, too dark, your face, too strange, your attitude, too much, and then imagine becoming the most copied icon in fashion history. Grace Jones didn't walk into the room. She took it. She didn't ask for space, she demanded it. And when the world tried to make her small, she grew larger than life. A preacher's daughter from Jamaica who grew up fearing lipstick, banned from dancing, and raised in a world of thou shalt not. She became a disco goddess, fashion's fiercest face, a Bond villain, and a living piece of modern art. But this isn't just a story of success. This is a story of war, with the industry, the world, and sometimes, herself. Drugs, betrayal, heartbreak, a slap that shook British television, and a redemption arc unlike anything you've seen. This is not just a biography, this is a warning. Don't ever try to silence Grace Jones. Because when they told her she was too dark, she didn't lighten up, she lit the whole system on fire. And if you think you know her story, think again, because this is the real Grace Jones. Raw, wild, broken, unbreakable, and still terrifying in all the best ways. You're watching Hollywood Pulse, where true Hollywood stories come to life. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an untold story. Spanish Town, Jamaica, 1948. A little girl grows up in silence, not because she's shy, but because the rules are strict. The music is banned. Makeup is the devil's tool. Discipline comes with a belt. This was the world Grace Beverly Jones was born into. Raised by strict Pentecostal grandparents, Grace lived in constant fear, not of monsters, but of sin. No pants, no dancing, no dreams outside the church. But something in her couldn't stay caged, something rebellious, something otherworldly. At 13, she moves to New York. New country, same rules. Her parents had become ministers. The sermons continued, but so did Grace's secret rebellion. Hidden lipstick, stolen pages from Vogue on her bedroom wall. Silent prayers, not to God, but to fashion. They saw vanity. I saw possibility. Her brother Noel followed the path. He became a bishop. Grace, she sprinted in the opposite direction, stilettos first. By 18, she walked into a modeling agency in New York. They looked her up and down and said, no, too dark, too androgynous, too different. So Grace did what only Grace could do. She got on a plane to Paris. 1970s, Paris. Same rejection. One agent even said it to her face. I can't sell you, you're too dark. But Grace found a lifeline. A grungy flat shared with two unknowns, Jerry Hall and Jessica Lange. Three future icons, hustling for modeling gigs, splitting sandwiches, and daring to dream. One day, Yves Saint Laurent took a chance, then Kenzo, then Vogue. And just like that, the face they said was too strange became the one they couldn't get enough of. But Grace didn't just model, she disrupted. She brought her own clothes, refused makeup artists, posed like a sculpture. Fashion photographers weren't directing her, they were just trying to keep up. She scared us a little, one said, and that was exactly the point. Then came Studio 54, the center of nightlife madness. While the stars played, Grace performed, towering over the crowd in armor-like outfits, singing French torch songs over disco beats. It shouldn't have worked. But nothing Grace did was supposed to work. She wasn't there to please, she was there to own. Her music career exploded with albums like Warm Leatherette and Night Clubbing, fusing reggae, rock, and pure rebellion. But the persona wasn't just music, it was art. Her partner, Jean-Paul Goude, turned her into living sculpture, flat-topped, painted, angular, futuristic before futurism was cool. And then, she slapped a man on live TV. 1981, British TV. The Russell Hardy Show. He turned away from her mid-interview. Grace didn't yell, she didn't protest. She slapped him, again, and again, on air, in front of millions. Don't turn your back on Grace Jones. The press lost it. Dangerous, unstable, volatile. Grace didn't flinch. She didn't explain. She didn't apologize, because she never would. The 80s. Fame. Films. Fury. She starred in Conan the Destroyer. Outshined a Bond girl in A View to a Kill. She wasn't acting. She was Mayday. Fierce, unyielding, unforgettable. But behind the mask, Grace was unraveling. Studio 54's cocaine-fueled nights caught up with her. In 1986, she was arrested in Jamaica for cocaine. The tests came back clean, but the wake-up call was brutal. Rehab, recovery. Then betrayal. Her accountant had stolen half her money. Years of work, gone. Trust shattered. Then came the plague, AIDS, and the Studio 54 crowd started to vanish. Friend by friend, funeral by funeral. The fashion world, her chosen family, was dying. Grace Jones, once larger than life, wanted to disappear. But she didn't. She chose to fight her way back. I'm coming back, in every way. Not trying, not hoping, coming. Back. She did it for her son Paulo, who once asked, "Mommy, how come you don't laugh anymore?" That question broke her and rebuilt her. She moved quietly, took acting classes, raised her son, got married secretly to her bodyguard, a marriage that turned dark. She escaped, never officially divorced, because paperwork? That wasn't Grace. 1998, Disney World. She performs, bares her breasts, banned for life. Her response? A shrug. If Mickey Mouse couldn't handle her, that was Mickey's problem. But something incredible was happening. The world was catching up. By the 2000s, artists were sampling her. Designers were referencing her. Grace had gone from Too Strange to the blueprint. In 2008, at age 60, she dropped Hurricane, an album so raw, so powerful, critics were stunned. "Pleased to have you on my plate," she growled in Corporate Cannibal. In 2012, she sang Slave to the Rhythm at Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee, while hula hooping for 4 minutes straight. She was 64 and still unstoppable. Now, today, Grace Jones lives between Paris and Jamaica. She's in her 70s, a grandmother, still married, technically, to a man she escaped decades ago, still performing when she wants, still terrifying in the best way. She was told she was too dark to sell, too aggressive, too weird, too wild. And now, she's priceless.